I'm great, thank you.
I'm joined here by Timbers head coach Phil Neville. Do you want to start us off with your thoughts?
Questions, I
We'll
think.
go straight to questions.
Hey Phil, first and only home game of this month. Does it feel a little bit more special when you finally get to play in front of the fans on a Saturday night after being on the road for 4 or 5 weeks?
Yeah, and I think even just the nighttime kickoff, I think it just has a different feel to it. We've seemed to have played a lot of midday games or mid-afternoon games. We knew at the start of this month that we were going to have, I think, 4 out of 5 away from home, and this was going to be our only home game. So I think it's a game where I think we're playing against a team that I think if you finish above them, I think you're going to win the Western Conference. I think they're probably one of the best sides in the Western Conference. So much experience and quality, and I think it's a night where we're going to need the supporters with us. We're going to need to make it intimidating. We're going to need to make it one of those special Providence Park nights. I feel with the atmosphere, they never let us down. And I'm sure on Saturday night they're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. We've got a fully fit squad. Everyone's available, and we've got some tough decisions to make.
From a style perspective, LAFC have forced the most unsuccessful challenges in MLS. They're one of the best dribbling teams in the league with, of course, their wingers and their young striker, David Martinez. How is the style of this game going to be different to any that you've faced this year?
Well, I think they probably play a similar style to KC in terms of their 4-3-3 or with their 3 up front. So I think we got a little bit of practice. We got a little bit of that last week against KC. Everyone knows the qualities of Boanga. I think Martinez is a young kid that's developing really well. Daz, I think I'm a big fan of him. Watched him in against the T2 side last year. Played very well. He's developing really well. And then they've got an under 22 player on the right under. They've got Giroud, who obviously is a really good player. Eboisi who's someone that we know all about. They've got quality and depth in every position, and I think what we want to do is we want to control the things that we can control. We want to focus on the things that we want to focus on, and that's us, our own style, our own play, our own concentration. I wasn't happy with some of the things that I saw in KC in terms of the chances that we give up. We know we conceded a set play goal, which was not like us, and a couple of chances we give away was just, I felt, lack of concentration. So we need to sharpen up, because I think against a team like LAFC, they will punish us. But the confidence is really high, the belief is really high, and we want to keep the momentum going.
Just how has Jonathan Rodriguez looked this week after making his season debut and not featuring on the training pitch today?
Yeah, I think the Thursday is when you're going to be in the training sessions. That's going to be the day where you've probably got used to not seeing David Ayala, and I think Jonathan Rodriguez will be on the similar plan. I think today is the day where we recover some of the players that are either carrying knocks or we just want to manage their loading for the week. It's quite normal. I think he was incredibly excited to get onto the pitch. You look at what he could bring to us. He had 2 really good chances in the game. We know he's not ready yet to probably go the full 90 minutes, but he's telling us he wants to start. He's telling us he wants to play, and he's excited to be back, and we're excited to have him as part of our group. And I feel at this moment in time the biggest decisions I've got to make is who actually makes the 20-man roster. Zach McGrath's been incredibly unlucky to miss out the last couple of weeks, and this week we'll probably have 2 or 3 missing out because of the players we've got back from suspension, and obviously Jonathan Rodriguez back.
Coach, 12 of the 17 all-time meetings between the Timbers and LAFC have featured 3 or more goals. I think it's been among the more exciting kind of Western Conference rivalries that the Timbers have in terms of just electric kind of feel in the game. Yeah. When you're approaching a game like this, 4 goals and 5 goals in the 2 games last year too. So what is it more fun for you to kind of go out, or is it more nerve-wracking because you know that there's, the potential for so many goals to be scored?
Yeah, well, I think you look back at the 2 games last year, the thing that cost us in those 2 games was we went down to 10 men in both games. We were in the game, up in the game, I think, here, and then in the game in LA. We were back in the game, and I think Diego got sent off in the late in the game, and we was hanging on, and they scored. And so I think first things first, discipline. I'd love a 1-0 victory. I've got to say, I think that's the mentality of this group at this moment in time. I saw something from Finn and Kamal at the end of the Kansas game when they said about clean sheet, and that's the mentality that particularly them two and that back 5 have had. I think when you have two teams that like to attack, two teams with incredible talent on the pitch, you're going to get goals. And I think we're developing an identity where goal scoring, since I've came here, is part of our identity, and entertainment is part of what we want to do. And I think we're playing against a team that has a similar type of mentality, and it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of those special nights. I really do. I think under the lights, the only game we've got at home this month, and like I say, I hope that on Saturday last year they played against 10 men. I hope they play against 12 men this weekend, because I think our supporters have got a massive part to play.
Goals are great. Defense is also pretty cool as well. A lot of new names on this team for fans still watching. Finn is one of the kids that just really jumps off the page. I say kid, but he's a grown man.
Yeah.
How impressed are you with the way he's been able to step in here and just really own his position?
He has owned it. For us, he is still a kid, a baby. He's in his first season. He's been outstanding so far this season, and every little test that he's been put in front of him, he's risen to the challenge. And I think this is another test for him, playing against maybe Giroud, a World Cup type player, Premier League player, played for the biggest clubs in the world. He's obviously got this Boanga in there. They've got a great attacking talent, so it's another test that he has to rise to. And the kid just never wants to stop learning. Him and Liam Ridgewell and Ian Smith, they have meetings. Yesterday they had a meeting in my office because there was not much space held anywhere else, and they were literally in there for an hour. And they're learning. They want to learn. They want to review. They want to look forward. They want to see which opposition they're playing in. And I think with players like that have that growth mentality, I think they've got a big future in the game. And Finn definitely has a big future.
Couple months into the season, nearly a third of the way through the schedule. What's impressed you the most about your group thus far, and what do you want to see continue to improve to get where you eventually want to be?
Well, I think the biggest takeaway from the first games so far is I think the West is going to be totally wide open. I think there is an openness. I don't think there is. Obviously, at this moment in time, Vancouver are the standout team, but I think apart from that, it is anybody's to win. That was my first reflection. And then secondly, I think what we've seen from this group is that there's a lot of young players that are really exciting, that want to learn, that are getting better and better, that are growing each game. That there is a formation of spirit and togetherness that I've not seen at this football club since I've been here, which is more important than any system or tactic. And there is a mentality now of competition for places. This week again, I say that this week again, the players that have not been playing have been incredible. And what I keep saying to them is that in that month of May, when we've got 9 games, everybody will be needed. And there's a week before the trade window closes. We're looking to strengthen, and we're looking to build the squad to make sure that we can compete on every competition that we're in, on every game that we play in. And I'm excited. I think there's a feel-good factor around the place because of the freshness of the group, but it's that togetherness and spirit that's really, really, really gets me out of bed in the morning.
Phil, two questions. Taking aside the results, the good results lately, if you want to point your finger at something for the players, like this is something that we need to keep an eye on, that we cannot cover with the results, what it will be?
That's a great question. I think for me, complacency. I've got to say that's the big thing. I spoke to them about it before Kansas. The only team that can beat us at this moment in time is ourselves. If we get complacent, if we just take our foot off the gas, if we don't get back into shape, if we don't make the runs, if we don't work as hard as we have been doing, then we won't get the results. And I think you look at the amount of work that our wingers, Santi and Anthony, are doing at this moment in time. Phenomenal. David Acosta, phenomenal. I was fortunate enough to play in front of some great wingers in my time, and I've got to say they made my job easier both in and out of possession. And I think complacency, making sure we keep their feet on the ground, making sure that it's a marathon, not a sprint. There's a long way to go, and we've just got to keep making sure that we're improving every single minute of every single game. We've got a fit squad, we've got a motivated squad, we've got a together squad, and if we keep that, we're going to be able to compete this season.
In the same line of keep pushing, David Ayala is a guy who was playing really good. He got injured. He came back, He got his level, and he's playing phenomenal again.
Yeah.
So where do you keep pushing him? Like, what's next for him?
Well, just to keep improvement. He's nowhere near where I think he can go to. I said after the game last week, I feel as if at this moment in time he is the best midfield player in the MLS. He still gives one or two passes away that I don't like, but I love the fact that he tries to make the passes that it makes him give it away. The boy is just so driven, but he also knows he's still got a long way to go in terms of consistency. I think we're seeing more consistency every single week from him. I think we're seeing a level of performance now that's just becoming normal, and that probably last season there were probably peaks and troughs within games where he was up and down in games consistency wise. I think this season is a more mature, more consistent, and someone that is becoming a leader within the group. And what we need to keep from David now is he got a goal last week. Can he add what more can he add to his game? His passing range, his goal scoring, his defensive work on set plays. Those are the things that we keep working every single day on him, because the boy has just got incredible talent.
Profe,
No,
español.
my friend. I didn't see you there.
I know. I should
Buenos
ask in
días.
English. No, ¿qué tan importante es este partido cuando Timbers está a un punto del segundo lugar y obviamente LA viene atrás de ustedes? ¿La importancia de este partido es grande?
Es un partido importantísimo porque es un reto contra un rival mejor, con experiencia, con muchos jugadores con experiencia, con calidad, que en la pasada temporada gana la liga. Es un partido donde si como un jugador es un partido donde podemos es un reto contra los mejores jugadores en esta liga. Entonces es un reto para nosotros, es el siguiente reto para nosotros. En este momento tenemos mucha confianza, creemos en nosotros, pero este partido en casa, under las luces, es un partido donde si quieres ser un futbolista, eso es un partido donde yo quiero jugar en este partido. Entonces, estamos felices.
Última, Cabecita, ya jugó sus primeros partidos. ¿Hay posibilidades de que empiece el partido que viene?
Es una decisión que tengo que tomar más cerca del partido, pero Jonah en este momento solo entrena 2-3 entrenamientos, entonces es una oportunidad para crear, para mejorar. Para Jonah en el último partido contra Kansas jugó en 24 minutos, entonces es paso a paso, poco a poco. En la próxima partido quizás juega más minutos. Él quiere empezar el partido y jugar en 90 minutos. Él tiene mucho hambre para volver al 11, pero eso es en este momento. Anthony jugó increíble. And Jonah necesita paciencia para jugar muchos minutos ahora, pero en los próximos partidos también. Gracias, chico.